Take a closer look. It appears that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gunshots are fired.
Good evening, I'm Maddie Kurth. New tonight, disturbing video out of St. John the Baptist Parish shows a rolling ambush on West Airline Highway in Reserve, a drive-by shooting that took the life of a 16-year-old girl. In this video, released today by Sheriff Mike Tragg, you can see the targeted car leaving Reserve just after 2 a.m. when a gray sedan pulls up from behind. Several muzzle flashes light the early morning road before the suspect car drives off with the gunman hanging out the windows. 6 people were inside the targeted car, but authorities said only 16-year-old Aariah Henry was fatally shot. And now the sheriff is asking for your help to catch her killers.
This is the story of Aariah Henry, age 16. A young teenager shot dead in a drive-by shooting in what was determined to be a case of targeted mistaken identity. She was shocked when someone opened fire on a car in which she was driving while they thought it was someone else in it. CCTV was able to capture the whole scene live while it unfolded, but determining the actual killer and prosecuting him or her isn't as easy as it seems, especially when the initial occupants of the car decided to not tell the police who they think shot at their car. Hello and welcome Baca Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories. This story will be taking us to Reserve, Louisiana. Reserve, Louisiana is an unincorporated community in St. John the Baptist Parish, located on the east bank of the Mississippi River. It's known for its festivals, music, and outdoor activities, and is also home to the headquarters and global plex of the Port of South Louisiana. Aariah Henry, aged 16, was a rising junior at East St. John High School in Reserve. She had developed a love of fashion, makeup, and hair. Her favorite color was dark purple. Aariah aspired to join the U.S. Air Force and become a nurse like her stepmother, but unfortunately, that was not what happened.
One of the parish's crime cameras caught the moment gunfire struck a car with 10th grade East St. John High School student Aariah Henry inside.
We're just waiting for somebody to give us a little bit more than what we have so we can get this case rolling again. But right now, we're kind of at a standstill.
Sheriff Mike Tragg says the teen left a nearby party, getting into the car with 3 adult men and 2 other juvenile girls. Using more of the parish's camera system, deputies noticed a suspect gray sedan lying in wait.
Hiding in the darkness. When the car that the victim was in started moving, the suspect's vehicle followed them.
Surviving victims tell deputies they stopped at a gas station for snacks.
The suspect's vehicle parked in the darkness and waited for them to move again.
As their car was leaving Reserve, the suspect's car pulls up from behind. Several shots are fired and the suspects speed away. Gunmen still hanging out the windows. The car carrying Henry, shot in the hip by what deputies believe to be a rifle, makes a sharp U-turn, heading to the hospital where Henry died. Now investigators are looking for a lead.
The 3 adult males refused to cooperate with law enforcement at all. They wouldn't talk to us, wouldn't say anything. So everything we have right now is based on our technology and our crime cameras.
Those cameras led investigators to recover the suspect's car, hidden off a dead-end road. The car was reported stolen out of New Orleans in March.
You really have to know the area to park a vehicle back there, and they had it covered with a tarp.
Over the past 2 weeks, Tragg says there's been more criminal activity than usual.
They always say it takes a village to raise the child, but it appears the villagers are afraid of the children.
The sheriff hopes the St. John community can bring justice for the young girl.
The citizens out here know me. We solve cases very well. The citizens have been very helpful. They give us tips. They lead us in the right direction. That's what I'm asking today.
Aariah was supposed to be spending the night at a friend's house, but the 16-year-old rising junior at East St. John High School sneaked out to attend a party, a common teenage infraction. Unfortunately, that decision would end up costing her life.
But we still love Ryan, and we're still going to keep her in our hearts.
She loved to cook. She loved dressing up. She had a heart of gold.
A vigil was held today for the 16-year-old girl killed last weekend in Reserve. Aariah Henry was killed in what deputies believe was a targeted shooting. Today, her father urged parents everywhere to hug their children because he'll never be able to hug his daughter again.
I know this.
Her grandmother told Fox 8 Aariah had been at parties with friends and was going to the store for snacks. She urges the community to come forward with information.
But everybody's sharing the video, nobody going to St. John Parish to say who it was. You know who's shooting at you. You know who wants you. You don't want your mother crying the way this young lady, she's 36 and bearing her child. For foolishness, an innocent young lady, innocent. Now it's not the time for judgment. Now it's the time for unity. Because if you know, you should say something. It may be my granddaughter today and yours tomorrow.
If you have information about this crime, you are urged to call the St. John Parish Sheriff's Office.
Aariah was one of 6 people crammed into a black Dodge Challenger that stopped at a convenience store just before 2, and they were all coming from a party. 3 adult men and 2 other underage girls. But for some reasons, another car started laying ambush for their car.
The car the 16-year-old was in now sits riddled with bullets. The sheriff says whoever took the life of the 16-year-old needs to be incarcerated.
We have the crime scene, we have the vehicle. What I do not have are the perpetrators. We know that car was stolen out of New Orleans since March.
Aariah ended driving the car away from the store alone, not knowing someone was laying ambush for the occupants of the car. As soon as the Challenger pulled out, the sedan began following and pulled alongside the car before opening fire. At this time, it was only Aariah who was in the car, and she was unfortunately hit. She was taken to St. James Parish Hospital in Letcher, but died of her injuries. Police were able to track the car, but was shocked to find out that it had been reported stolen. The car was recovered at the end of a dead-end street, hidden under a tarp. The car had been reported stolen out of New Orleans since March. Police tried to interview those 3 adult men who were in the car before getting to the store, but they decided not to help the police in the case. They didn't want to be a part of the case. Aariah's father said she wasn't supposed to be at that party. She wasn't supposed to be in that car. She was just really unfortunate, Clarence Henry, 37, said Monday. St. John Sheriff's detectives are still working to identify suspects in the case. Though the vehicle was targeted, investigators don't believe Aariah was the intended victim. Aariah was raised in Marrero. The only girl with 4 brothers, she was said to have a heart of gold. She was shy with a sweet, goofy, lovable, and generous personality. She loved her grandmother's uncles, aunts, brothers, and cousins. Her father said Aariah relatives asked the public to help authorities identify the people responsible for her death. It is really sad to know that the people who Aariah spent her last few minutes are not willing to tell the police who they think could have shot at the car in the name of no snitching.
In this surveillance video obtained exclusively by WDSU, it shows what reportedly took place just minutes before the shooting occurred. The car the 16-year-old was riding in with 5 others pulled into Fast Stop truck stop.
And they turned into a truck stop. They were buying some snacks. You can see the suspect's vehicle parked just past them and waited in the darkness, stalking them.
As soon as they were done getting snacks, they get into the car and drive eastbound on Airline Highway.
Those out here know me. We solve cases very well. The citizens have been very helpful. They give us tips. They lead us in the right direction. That's what I'm asking today. We're just waiting for somebody to give us a little bit more than what we have so we can get this case rolling again. But right now, we're kind of at a standstill. She deserves justice. We strongly and are almost positive to believe that she was not the intended target.
We have just really elevated that game to what it is now.
In St. John Parish, hundreds of high-definition crime cameras cover every major road.
When the sheriff says, or narcotics says, hey, I need a camera at this location, it's basically me going out there first and trying to scope it all out, saying, Can I get a radio signal back? Can I get fiber dropped here?
The sheriff's IT department assembles, programs, installs, and monitors each live feed.
It needs a power supply, and the power supply wire comes through here. We'll connect it. And then we'll install it.
You want to do something, you commit a crime, chances are we're going to catch it. And if you go to court with video evidence, our conviction rate is in a high 90 percentile, our conviction rate. And what's the magic words? Let's play the tape.
Each camera comes with an investment of about $3,500, but deputies say it's money well spent.
Not only seeing the crime itself, but now you can see where they've come from or where they possibly fled to.
The sheriff says it has expanded his crime fighting capability from just here on the ground with his deputies to a bird's eye view of every major street in the parish.
Technology is getting better and better and better. You've seen the clarity of the pictures. We get a call for service right now. My dispatchers are already going to the camera to say, hey, the suspect just left in this car heading this direction. It helps us tremendously.
Sometimes, unfortunately, the public doesn't want to cooperate. They might be intimidated. They might be scared. But
anyone with information about the death of Aariah Henry is asked to call Captain Brandon Barlow of the St. John Parish Sheriff's Office, Criminal Investigations Division at 504,494,267. For the public can also call Crime Stoppers at 504-822-1111 or toll free at 1-800-77-900-37,867. Callers do not have to give their names or testify and can earn a $5,500 reward for information that leads to an indictment. We do hope her killers or killer is caught very soon. Our sincere condolences to the friends and family of Aariah Henry. This video is dedicated to Aariah Henry, and we hope she has justice and her killers to be catched as soon as possible. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Please do safe out there, and see you guys in the next video.
If you have information related to this fatal shooting, call St. John deputies at the number there on your screen, 504-494-2674.